Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 10 Dead Rats, a Warhammer Fantasy and old school D&D mashup. Thank you for joining us tonight. Happy to have our full party with us. That is always always exciting. What's going on, friends? We are a little over a week from the Con of Champions. If you don't know what that is, over the Memorial Day weekend, there is a virtual convention happening, hosted by Tabletop Events. It is a fundraiser to save the company. So if you're interested at all in filling your Memorial Day weekend with lots of awesome gaming, encourage you to come check it out and help out Tabletop Events. Dan and I from Wandering DMs will be there. We'll be running a couple of the games, and I will be moderating a panel on, I think that's Saturday night. I think I'll be moderating a panel on creating custom monsters, so that should be fun. Excellent. I think that's the only real announcement I have. Has anybody else got anything to tell our fine audience?
I find nothing to mock about Christian's outfit this time.
Ha! It's nothing to mock. My outfit is perfect.
Excellent. So then, without further ado, we shall jump into tonight's episode of 10 Dead Rats.
Ah, that
Last
music
week,
gets me going.
on 10 Dead Rats. Excellent. Last week on 10 Dead Rats, Yeffy spent some time chatting with her new friend, Franz Baumann, the local Bogenhofen coordinator of illicit goods movements. I believe, actually, if you go back and watch the tapes, I've probably somehow screwed up the timing on that flashback, on that particular flashback. I think that I actually made Yeffy lose a day, so my apologies, Yeffy. There's a day unaccounted for. Who knows what Yeffy got up to in that stray extra day that she had all to herself in Bogenhofen. A story for another time. Despite blacking out for a full 24 hours, Yeffy then expertly put together a job with her new contacts and her friends Trebbiano and Indigo, and they visited the offices of the Steinhager merchant family late at night, uninvited, and retrieved some items. Some very valuable items from said offices with expertise that is really unprecedented for the group, which we largely attribute to Bruno not being present.
That seems coincidental at best. That was a pretty major, it sounds like a lot got accomplished, which usually I'm used to just shenanigans for a solid hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. It was a very productive evening for the group. When we began, Bruno, the group was just emerging from the sewers, and Bruno emerged realizing that it was a terrible, terrible choice to have consumed a pie in the sewers, and he felt a strange twinge in his stomach. Something was coming out, and Bruno needed to find a private place post haste and quickly scampered away. Briefly, Bruno, you saw Yeffy entering the courtyard, so you knew that the group was reuniting, and you immediately ran to deal with your situation. Then unsure, later than returning to the scene, to the courtyard, you discovered your friends were gone. Not really sure where they had gone. Not really sure what to do or how to meet up with them, you decided to make the best of the evening and return to the inn, where you enjoyed a nice repast and an early bed. And the next morning, Bruno, you arise fairly early, being well rested, having gone to bed early, well nourished, feeling a little worn down from the rapid evacuation of your bowels. But this morning you feel on the mend. You feel again well rested and up earlier than you're used to, and you head down into and yet in your room, as you look around your room, you see that your roommates are not present. You're all alone.
Oh. Well,
so
at least no one can see me in my silk pajamas. No mocking tonight.
So you head down to the common room to get some breakfast. There, with an unusual crowd, not used to seeing the early risers, you head down and you discover actually a young liveried man is standing nervously, looking about in the doorway as you set yourself down at a table to get some breakfast. He approaches you and he says, are you Bruno?
Who's asking?
I am. He looks. Me.
No,
Me.
no, that's fair. That's
Can you hear
right.
me?
Yeah, no. That's what I asked. That's fair. Yep, you're right. I am Bruno then. Yep, you got me on that one.
Oh, good. So you are Bruno. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there aren't many, very many bald halflings about town.
It's a rare genetic issue. Yeah, amongst my species.
Excellent. I was bid by my master, Councilor Magerius, to invite you to breakfast at the Golden Trout. He awaits you there. Can I tell him you're on your way?
Great. Well, I kind of already have breakfast here, so I'm getting pretty full already. I don't know. Maybe he wants to meet up later for not. No, he's pretty persistent on breakfast, huh?
I'm sorry. It's Councilor Magerius is summoning you to the Golden Trout. And you're not going to go?
No.
It's a jest. You are a clever man, Bruno. I will tell my master you're on your way. And he turns and spins on his heel and marches out the door.
Great. Well, I regret shoving this breakfast pie into my mouth, but man.
As you mumble that, and the crumbs dribble from your chin, and the young liveried lad is left. The door swings open again, and you see your three friends, Yeffy, Indigo, and Trebbiano, all entering the tavern, all looking very tired, very haggard, very dark rings under their eyes, but and yet there's a certain glee, they all look they're all smiling. Yeah, they seem just happy, which is just a strange sight for you.
I'm gonna put a stop to that. Hang on a second. Oh, look who decided to show up. Look what the cat dragged in.
Hold on. 203, 204, 205, 206.
I know how to count.
207. Okay, 8 is okay. Okay, you can talk now. You can talk. Go ahead.
Usually you start at 1, but that's fine.
I did, don't you worry.
So where, I
Are you feeling better?
I was feeling fine
okay?
all night. I just decided I needed a quick nap. And then one thing led to another, and I was asleep. It was the whole evening gone, yeah. I assume...
It's important to, maintain your health.
Yeah, I assume you all were out. What happened? Did you get into a fight, got beat up, kind of had to sleep in a ditch?
We broke into a place.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What place? What place?
Are there people around, real quick?
There are some people around. You're in the common room of this inn. And there are definitely a few folks. They seem to be busy about getting breakfast. It's fairly early in the morning. You guys have been up all night, of course, but you're seeing sort of the early risers as folks are getting ready to go off and do their daily work. Around here, it's a lot of clerks and lesser servants to merchant families and whatnot. So not a lot of like manual laborers, but people who have to work for a living.
Did you do a heist without me?
Shh. You should go up to the room and talk about it.
Oh, yeah, 1 second. I run up to the room ahead of time and make it look like I didn't stack up all the other pillows around me so that I was getting snuggled even though nobody else was there. I put him back in a normal spot.
What is he doing?
Excellent.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just...
Maybe he had to go to the bathroom again. We should probably stay away from him in case it is contagious.
Okay.
Okay, everybody come up now, no problem. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's totally what happened.
So a heist.
Like, close the door.
Yeah.
You did a heist without me?
We were pooping.
Who was the charming face man?
Well, it was at night,
There were no
and
people.
no one was there.
We need
Do you know how
You did a
heists
heist
work?
with the dog.
Yeah, one person goes in all smiles, cons people, tracks the ladies, and then everyone else does the heisty stuff while nobody's paying attention.
I am too tired to understand you. Someone help.
I don't think that's
Well, what did you hide?
how that works, Bruno.
That-
An office space. Get this.
You stole you stole a room?
Yeah, we stole a room, Bruno. Smack!
Oh man, one
Wow,
kiss and all of a
sounds
sudden the whole dynamic. Yeah.
You know what? No, that didn't happen. We're not talking about that now. We're talking about the
No, we'll never
things.
talk about it.
Great, that's right.
Right, the heist. What happened in the heist? Yeah. So you didn't steal a room, so you must have stolen contents from a room.
Yeah, correct. Would you like to just keep guessing what we did?
Yeah, okay. I got some time.
Great. 3 words. Now listen, we found a vault, and we
Whoa.
found some crazy demon thing, and
What?
a piece of
Yeah.
paper with a watermark of a demon thing.
What?
And we still have these stuff, and we found lots of money.
Oh.
And
So much money.
really awesome painting.
Oh.
But most importantly, this is the guy, the family that had the demon in that sewer.
What family?
The Steinhoggers.
Steinhoggers. Man, that's
Yeah.
not even the one that the vampire told us to watch out for.
That's right.
That does not bode well for the Roblings or whatever.
Orlok! From Nosferatu! Sorry, I just got that joke. Sorry.
That was like 12 episodes ago. What are we doing?
It's just-
Yeah, okay. Oh,
I'm so sorry. Keep going. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Oof.
yeah, the Rogan Brothers. Supposedly there's a whole bunch of rich families in this town, and they're all just like summoning demons and doing mutations, and they all have all the money and the power.
That
We totally robbed their ass.
That's great, but it doesn't bode
Yeah.
well for the next bit. Do you remember that creepy guy, Magerius, that Trebbiano and I kind of ran into? He had the
I thought you
bell.
met with Councilor. I thought you ran into Councilor Teugan.
No, it was
That was
Magerius, right? That was Teugan? Oh, we're in much bigger trouble then. Because Magerius is not even the guy I thought he was, and he invited me to breakfast.
Oh man, you know what would have really
Oh.
remedied the situation if you watched the freaking show.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
Anyway, that
first
sounds
things
bad,
first.
Bruno.
Obviously, it sounds like you got a lot of money, and it's clearly split 4 ways. So, I'll just take my share whenever. I would have been the charming face man, but you did it at night, so you didn't need that.
It was a nighttime
But it's
operation.
still, you know,
We did not need you. You were off gallivanting about. You were getting
still,
no
I was
money.
kind of furloughed. It seems, you know, I'm part of the group. So
I do not wish to deal with you today. We
I
have a
give you
lot
guys
of things
a fourth
going
of all
on.
the money I get.
No, you don't understand. Because of the thing we did, which was very lucrative, very smart, elegant, and amazing, there's going to be a lot of people looking for people who did such a deed.
Oh, it was so smart that it put you in grave danger, yeah.
Well, they don't know
I
who it
understand
is.
that kind
Nobody
of
saw us. But the problem is that we did not actually... There is going to be people who are very angry who also have a lot of power.
Yeah, but they don't know it's
And you-
us.
No, correct!
you got all the-
entirely correct,
Right.
right? Like, that's a
Right.
very good
It's just-
thing.
You've got all the
Sorry.
incriminating evidence on your persons.
Yeah, you don't want any of that on your conscience, so we'll just hold on to it.
I feel like the money is probably pretty generic. There aren't serial numbers on these things, you know. I'll just shove some of it
Well,
into my mouth. I'll you know.
You know,
So
someone,
Magerius is the counselor who wants to come and meet with you?
That's true. I assume it's just because he is suffering from the Geschweltekrank and needs the local expert on that. But also,
Maybe
it
we
sounds
should
like
all
all
go
of these
together.
people are super dangerous. Yeah, that's much more comforting. So
One problem is that we have
Yeah.
quite a lot of things on our person. We need to stash them with people we can trust, or hide them somewhere safe, and then we
What's
can
it
go
about?
talk to
Like,
Councilor Magerius.
It's just a bunch of cash and papers, right?
Sure. There's also the invitation to that thing that happens at sunset.
What?
Oh,
the
yeah,
paper?
no, that thing, yeah.
You guys got invited to a swanky party in the middle of your heist?
More like we
We
stole the
broke into a
invitation
safe.
party.
You stole an invitation.
Yeah. More like
Wow. So what?
a note or a memo.
What kind
It's
of thing?
demon-themed. It is a demon-themed
Oh.
party.
Like it says that on the invitation?
probably less of
Yeah.
a party and more of a summoning.
It's
Like
the
party is like the
stationary
traditional
pentagram.
sense of a group happening, yeah. I'm sorry, is this not a pressing meeting you were invited to?
Oh, yeah, you know, the guy kind of made it seem like it was, but I don't know. I didn't feel good about
So-
it, but...
I'm gonna take
you
a
did
power
not feel-
nap while you have this cock.
Alright, you know what? Let's go. Yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. I should
Yeffy's
Yeffy
out.
awake as soon
Yeffy's
as she
out.
gets
There
there.
she
Alright,
is.
there we go. Okay, yeah. Alright, we gotta go to this golden fish.
Okay, so you guys are headed to the Golden Trout. Yes?
Yeah.
Trout, yeah.
Excellent.
Do we have all this shit on our
You had-
person? We're carrying.
Yeah, we gotta
We
stash
have to deal with it. We have to. This is something we need to deal with.
Give
leave
me
it
Do
the
we leave it in the
so we-
room?
Yeah.
I'll keep the invitation on my person this time. But you should hide
Okay.
the gold disc. And we should put some of the
Gold
money.
disc.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's gold. It's like what? Bronze?
Bronze.
Bronze is
Bronze.
still
It's in fact bronze.
Bronze is pretty rare too. I mean, that's
It's
a good
Are you
bronze.
I mean,
taking these things out, sort of looking at them, you know, here
Yeah,
in your
we'll show
room?
Bruno.
Yeah, in the room,
In the end?
yeah.
Okay, great. Would you like to see the note? I have the note here. Here's the note. The bronze medallion appears to be in the same symbol as is printed at the bottom of this note.
Oh. On hour after Susan, how did you guys
An hour
read
after
this?
sunset at my house,
At
all members of the inner
house.
council will attend Johannes Teugan.
Wow.
That's
is
the
some
guy.
Oh, that's the guy we met. Oh, and he's got creepy demon monogrammed paper. Well, he's got,
right.
he's got
Touchdown.
Bruno, you-
letterhead for all his evil stuff.
Bruno, you
I hope it
recognize
was-
that symbol because, in fact, you remember seeing it distinctly on the floor, and then a demon
Oh.
rising up out of the center of it.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, that was what it was in the demon summoning circle. It's not just letterhead. It's legit. Oh, this is not...
But it is also letterhead.
Right, yeah.
They're like an organization. They commissioned someone to make this.
Oh, man.
It's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah, look at it. This is good craftsmanship on it, too. Look, this is high-quality paper here.
They probably just got a student to do it.
Yeah, demon whatever, as long as you're paying, man. Oh, well, I'm glad this guy invited me to breakfast.
It's the best compliment I've ever been given.
We don't even know what sunset they're talking about. This could have happened, like, this might be like a memento this guy's keeping around in his desk.
Oh, that's true. An hour, yeah. It's not, yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Either way, we should try to go crash it.
Yeah. I'm glad this guy invited me to breakfast, the least scary meal of the day, but I'm still not comfortable with it.
That's true.
You don't know him? Are you sure you don't know him? You don't
Magerius? I'm pretty sure I don't know him. He's the one who owned the warehouse where the three-legged goblin was killed, I think. But otherwise, I've never heard of him.
Well, now I'm doubting myself because I thought we'd met him. Regardless.
No, I'm checking my notes here, which I have written down.
Should we have maybe one of us stay here and guard all of the expensive crap while the three of you go and deal with the counselor?
Oh, great. I'll stay and guard the crap.
Dude, no, he sought after you. What are you talking about?
Invited.
You're the one who has to go.
Just tell him Yeffy's new. She's pretty short. He's not going to know the difference.
Yeffy isn't bald.
Yeah,
oh, he was really keen on the bald bit. So I'll just give Yeffy a nice shave, clean shave, and off you go.
Don't touch me.
I'll stay and guard our room. You three go and talk with Magerius.
Ooh. I was kind of hoping you'd guard my person. Because Trebbiano's kind of like, strong wind blows him right over.
Okay.
The morning hours are growing long.
Oh my god.
As you continue to discuss.
Let's just leave the stuff here and let's all go to the breakfast.
I'll stay here. I'll stay.
Great.
Okay.
I'll take a power nap.
Perfect.
I'll watch the stuff. You got your bodyguard. You got your
Okay.
priest.
What a solution.
Not priest.
Let us leave this place.
Good.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, great.
All
right. All right.
So Yeffy catches.
Let me just use the bathroom real quick.
Catching up on
God
that
bless you,
that
Colin.
day of who knows what in Bogenhofen. Well, Trebbiano, Indigo, and Bruno head across town, or not across town, just to the south, across the bridge down to the Golden Trout, which you recall is actually a very nice tavern. Very nice tavern indeed.
This is where we ate on our first night. Is that right?
Yeah.
That is correct. That is correct.
Okay.
You arrive at the tavern. You can see that there's still, though it's late in the morning, it still seems quite crowded. There's a lot of clanking of dinnerware and murmur of voices as people are sitting about the room having their breakfasts. You can see, actually looks to be some fairly fancy spreads. You see some fellows sharing some braised partridge. You can see a man walks by with a tray full of nut bread, which is just oozing wine sauce. It looks very nice. And as you enter and the smells hit you, and Bruno, you're like, oh, maybe you are ready for another breakfast. A man in a distinct livery, different from the one that you saw this morning, Bruno, but clearly wearing a livery, clearly a servant of someone wealthy, sort of stops you as you enter into the foyer of the tavern, and he says, "Can I help you?"
No, I'm good, thank you.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you have a reservation?
What? Why would I need a reservation?
Because this is the Golden Trout. Well, I'm sorry, sir, but we're all booked. Well, I'm sorry, sir.
I clap my hand over his little mouth. I clap my hand over his little mouth, and I say, I'm sorry, we've been summoned here to meet with Councilor Magerius. For Magerius.
Come with me. He
Take my hand off of his mouth and I wipe it on my shirt.
Rapidly.
I have been.
He leads you rapidly across the room to another door, which he opens, and you can see a private room with a single large table and one gentleman seated at the table. He looks, he's a bit overweight, a little red in the face. There's all kinds of food laid out on the table. It looks like well picked over at this point. He's got a well-trimmed beard that kind of comes to a little curl. You can see he's wearing a fair number of rings on his fingers. He looks very well dressed. He looks up at you as you're, oh, good, you're here. Come sit down. Come, my friends, join me for some late breakfast.
Great, yeah.
And he motions
Start picking
to
out
the
the
table.
best bits of food, yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, great. Bruno, you,
Nut bread, you know.
Yeah, there's,
a lot of to catch up on after yesterday.
There's some goose liver and boiled eggs. There's
big plate of gap.
There's sliced pork in grape sauce.
Do you have like a food table that you're rolling dice behind the barrier?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
I do. Menu, right?
What?
Excellent.
Menu.
Indigo and Treviano, do you sit down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm wary and have bad social skills, so I bend the knee
Excellent.
and just.
Well, I'm sorry this took so long, but I have your payment. And he pulls out a small purse and he sets it, and there's a clink of coin on the table. He sets it. I'm afraid the wheels of justice move slowly in this town, but they do move, and your case was brought to my attention, and I understand you were offered a fee for your services, and it's only fair that you be paid that fee. So here it is.
For the goblin.
Yes, that's right. For the clearing out of the sewers.
Right.
Yes,
right.
seems the problem has been resolved, and we very much appreciate your efforts. All three of you, please roll me an intelligence test.
Big brain. Ooh, big brain. 17.
6.
I got an 11.
Okay, Indigo, you're the only one to notice this. As he's talking, you notice again he's got a fair number of rings on his fingers, and they flash in the light. Some of them have gemstones, others not. The pinky ring he's wearing has a little, it's fairly small, but it has an emblem engraved on it, which you recognize to be that same kind of horned goat head symbol that you've seen now several times.
Wearing an evil ring out in public. Shame.
I think Indigo is like as soon as he sits down, he's trying to drink as much tea or coffee as possible, because he's been up all night.
Excellent. Yes.
And he sees this and does a spit take, like a full spit take. It's like,
come on!
And he reaches over with the very hand with the pinky ring on it, and he pats you on the back. Oh, you're all right. Careful there, my man.
Yeah.
Careful there.
Something must
have some
caught
wine.
in my
He
throat.
pours you a glass of wine.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Try the pickled herring. It's delicious.
Oh, pickled herring, great.
Yes,
Last time
well.
when we spoke with Councilor Teugan, it sounded like they did not think we had actually accomplished the task. What changed?
Oh, well, you know, nothing has changed. Just information has come to light that promises were made, and we at the Merchants Guild are men of our word, and we wouldn't want any anyone speaking ill that we reneged on any deal that we have made. We are men of honor, and we wish to make sure that those who do good work for us are paid and can move on their way to go seek other employment.
Oh, great.
I assume that is your plan, of course, to go and seek other employment?
Around about town, I think, yeah. I've got this Schvelteskrank outbreak to deal with. Trebbiano's got his religious stuff. Yeah. So we got, yeah.
Oh, really? I thought I had heard that you were perhaps headed to, was it Grissenwald? I thought I had heard you were headed to Grissenwald. No? Am I misinformed?
Maybe,
I hear it's quite lovely.
I heard there's many lovely things about it, I've heard. So maybe Grissenwald, yeah? Indigo? Grissenwald.
I have a question.
Pretty...
Yes.
We are very grateful that you have come out to meet us in particular, but surely there's someone of lower statures than you that would normally deliver such a messaging, such a trifle. Why did you take the time to come out and see us yourselves? We're very fortunate, but I'm confused. I
understand. Yes. I understand. Well, I understand that these promises were made to you by my dear friend Justice Richter. And as a personal friend to his family, my family to his, I thought it was important that I follow up and make sure that right was done.
Well, that is very nice. It's a shame about his health recently.
Indeed. Yeah. I hope he recovers. We need more men in this town like Richter.
Well, I shoved the sack of gold in my backpack.
You have a backpack?
Excellent.
Yeah. It's where I keep my grappling hook and my cloves of garlic and my mallet.
Grappling hook?
Ooh.
Yeah, my grappling hook.
Do try the pork neck. It's delightful.
Oh, pork neck. Excellent. I start picking up some samples and I wrap them up in a napkin so I can take back to Yeffy later. Yeah. Shove that in my backpack here. Shift over the grappling hook a little bit. Oh yeah, grappling hook, pretty good for
climbing trees.
Climbing trees, yeah.
Thank you for your time. I just leave. I'm gone. I'm out the door.
Yes. Okay. You leave.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
I'm
Goodbye.
so sorry. I'm
I will finish whatever I'm drinking, and I will stand up and I'll say, well, Councilor Magerius, if you need any other help around town, assume you know where to find us.
Excellent. Well, I assume you're staying at the same inn. But if you leave town, just leave word of where you could be reached.
I didn't need
It's
any of that shit, by the
understandable
way.
that persons of your employ might seek other opportunities.
Of course.
yeah, but probably
Bye.
leave for Grissenwald in the morning. I think
good,
we'll
yes.
see. Probably leave for
a
Grissenwald
lovely
by
town.
morning. Yeah, it sounds great.
Excellent.
Great doctors there, I've heard.
Well,
Anyway.
safe travels.
Yes,
Indigo
goodbye.
leaves.
Okay, the two of you say your goodbyes and make your way out.
Well,
And you catch up with Trebbiano outside, and the three of you head back to your own tavern, perhaps?
Yes.
yeah,
Or are you going somewhere else?
we should pick up Yeffy.
Okay. You head back to your own rooms, and you meet up with Yeffy. Yeffy, they come into the room. Bruno's holding a little bundle. Yeffy's passed out.
Friendly reminder,
Well,
you have a raspberry cream tart thing in your backpack that you stole from Richter's house as well.
Oh yeah, ooh, that's getting a little, probably getting a little off there. Better eat that one right now.
Saved it for Yeffy, but good to know.
Yeah. All right. I plop the little doggy bag down on Yeffy's chest while she's sleeping there. Well, that was.
What?
Shh. It's okay.
Hey, get over here.
Well, that was suspicious.
What?
I think yeah. Oh.
Oh, and you guys get here. Oh, hey. Oh, it's in
We
this
just
bag.
Yeah, I brought you some breakfast there. It's
Oh,
mostly
pork neck.
yeah, it's mostly pork neck. Yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot of it
Who
left.
eats this?
A bit of a heavy breakfast, if you ask me. Yeah.
Isn't pork neck called pork butt? I'm no
No,
scientist,
pork butt
but is that not
called
true?
Pork butt.
Two different things.
No, pork
Yeah.
shoulder
Yeah.
and neck, I thought, was butt.
No, the neck.
I'm
and the
Googling
butt.
this.
The
I'm
butt's
upset.
on the
Hold
opposite
on.
side. The butt is on the
Oh,
opposite
yeah.
side.
goodness.
Alex,
So that
you
was-
just
you know,
use
What would you
the
guys...
neck.
Bone
Stuff
in
in their
pork
face.
shoulder. I'm correct. We're moving on.
It seems like he was threatening us.
Oh, yeah, that was
just
definitely a
bribe
payoff.
To leave
How much
town.
did he give us, by the way?
Magerius. Oh, that's a good question.
Can we look at the pouch?
I'll count out what's in the pouch.
All right, there's 50 Carls in there.
It is what we were
That is what we're
promised.
paid.
Yeah. That's not padded, so it doesn't look extra suspicious, but it is weird. It is weird that he came himself, right? That wasn't just me being weird.
Extremely
Okay.
weird.
What
He was
do you
definitely like, leave.
Want?
Yeah.
You want us to leave?
Yeah.
We're not going to
could.
leave, right?
We could leave.
That felt like a
is-
Why?
scarier threat than the people who were threatening us.
What people threaten?
That was
who
pretty
threatened you?
scary.
I think he is the people that threatened us.
Who are the
they were the
people
they were
threatened
the,
you?
Yeah.
Oh,
from
yeah, there
was this
the
whole thing.
Stevedores Guild.
This
Yeah,
happened.
they
oh,
were
yeah,
like-
you weren't there yet, Steve.
There was a big Cockney accent. It was terrifying.
Yeah. That was when you were blacked out for a full 24 hours. Which incidentally is really bad for you. Well, he said he's the head of the Merchants Guild. I'm sure they're aligned.
Yeah.
So let's wait. A bunch of people with thick accents threatened you.
To
Yeah,
be
but
on the
kinda-
first boat out of Bogenhafen today, or else.
Which we're not.
Yeah. Which we are distinctly not. Yeah.
Yeah.
We intimidated them and then they left. Kinda, that's what
Right.
happened, yes. But yeah, that is what happened. We were explicitly threatened.
So the thick accent guys, they sound like they were paid thugs? Like maybe
they were all
Franz
part
guys?
of-
We didn't.
No, I don't.
Oh.
They were part of the Stevedores Guild, right? That's
Yeah,
what
we-
because they had that icon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is correct. I mean, we didn't have any problem with them. We didn't recognize any of their faces when we first met them. So it's probably someone being, hey, like, you're a big, strong group of lads. Go rough up some weirdos for a
So
profit.
they just showed up and threatened you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they're probably still watching us.
Uh-huh.
So we have to leave the tavern then. We shouldn't sleep here.
Well,
Well,
Probably fine.
we're already in here.
I mean, we could, of course, leave. I heard Grissenwald is very nice this time.
Oh
of
my
year.
god. We have...
And,
Do we not... Okay. I guess we should establish this
I don't
right
know if
here
anyone's
and
ever
right
been
now.
in love
It's-
before.
It's like episode 59. Let's establish whether we're shitty people. Are we shitty people? Because
we
I'm not
we're
cool
gonna
throwing
metagame
stones
the
at people's...
nature of.
No.
Uh,
I will be in character for this then. Hold on. Give me a second. I feel a moral obligation to not let the people in this town die by the hands of these wealthy people who have control over the entire space. Richter almost died. He's probably going to die even harder now that the guy we just talked to. I'm so upset. Now that the guy we just talked to knows that we know that he's sick, which means he probably knows we were involved in his cure. He's going to check up on that. Probably re-poison him. All of the work that we went to talk to all the smart people and a halfling doctor lady, like, Sure, we could just leave, but don't we have a right to fix the mess we caused?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel too great about leaving a demon in the sewers.
There's a
so
difference
often,
between,
now
like...
that we know that it's there.
These people have been living this way for probably ages. It's just their way, it's their culture to be dominated
That's not
by
their
these
culture.
wealthy merchant class.
Ain't no one's culture to have a demon in their sewers.
Did we
Killing
hit a
them.
gong?
Yeah, what was that?
That's the lunch gong. Hang on a second.
Sorry, that was me. That was me banging into
Wow,
stuff
Paul,
over
your
here.
gong impersonation is really, really good.
Wow.
Without even moving his lips. So I guess my question is like, okay,
Thing is-
fine. Okay, what's up? No, it's up. You go.
Just like Paul, was that no actual noise we hear in game, or was that just you just making a mistake?
No, it's just error. Yep.
Okay, great.
Ignore
Because
the
sometimes you
gong
do
noise.
that shit to us.
That's true. Thank you for that distinction.
No, it's literally just the arm of my microphone, and I banged into it. Sorry about that.
Great.
There's gonna be a gong in a future session.
Yeah.
I know. It's gonna come
Man.
back in 3 sessions. I lost my entire train
Bruno.
of thought.
Bruno,
No, let's take
There is
a
a-
quick trip to
Bruno.
what's involved.
Bruno,
What?
there
Yeah.
is a mansion full of stuff and a bunch of dumb people who think that anyone's going to steal it.
I kind of got this bag of 50 gold now.
But I stole some of their stuff and I got 200.
What?
See, it makes more money when you just
So you guys
take
are
from
splitting
them
like
and
what?
embarrass them.
What, like 80 gold pieces each?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe
Oh
a little
my-
bit more.
What?
Anyway,
Just
what if you
So
say
do you have I'm sorry, hang on a second.
we can get
Do you
more?
have 200 gold pieces apiece from your heist that you didn't invite me to? 200 crowns.
You were really busy at the time.
It's true.
I
Really
saved Richter's life.
Well, you
I
didn't.
saved it.
We found the guy that saved his life. You didn't
And now
really
you
actually
have
do anything.
50 gold crowns, Bruno.
What,
Yeah, I got
50?
50
Well,
gold
now it
crowns.
doesn't feel like that much. I was pretty happy with it before, but I didn't realize the whole... I was on the low bar of the party's economic stratus. All right, fine, screw it. They got money? All right. I'm down. Let's steal some more stuff.
Just do it.
Put out like this. Ridiculous. 200? Oh, man.
Answer your
Think of the-
question, Trib. Yeah.
That's fine. I have no problem with theft. I really don't.
Oh, man. Think of how
I
impressive,
just,
Alright.
especially when
how
they're
viral
bad
it'd be when I
people.
roll up there with, like, a golden hat.
I am
Imagine
the
if I just had a
Robin Hood.
solid-
I just don't like murder.
Or just,
And
like,
letting murder
jeweled
happen.
rings. One on each finger.
There are 3 conversations happening right now, and I want to murder one of the people starting one. This is not going
Listen,
to work,
murder is
and people
really-
are going to kill us who are coming probably right now. There's like 2 groups of people who want to kill us. Maybe they're the same group of people. One of them maybe knows that it's us. The other definitely knows that it's us. They talk to each other. I don't want to leave, though. What do we
It
do?
seems like you guys heisted a bunch of their stuff right out from under them, and we basically defeated that demon the other night. So, I feel like
I
we're on
want to
top
know
here.
how Bruno got the way he is. Yeah, me too, William. Me too. I want to know that also. I don't think we're going to get that information. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could.
Rounds.
We gotta get into the party, right?
I could
Mhm.
pay
We need like
dues on the
we
physicians.
need like rings or necklaces or like a T-shirt
Yeah.
with a pentagram on it from the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
We
be
can
really
find the
evil.
student they
Or-
paid to make the stationery.
That's right. Or we need to pose as the student, right? We need to pose as like the people helping out the party that they're not gonna give a stuff about.
The servants.
I like that
Yeah,
idea.
And we take their stuff.
That's a good idea. And
And
then
we
one of
be
us is
like-
the face man who like charms everybody, tosses
No,
some
Bruno,
smiles
we're-
around. and then
You're
we
so
heist
dead.
while everyone's distracted.
No, shh, shh.
Oh,
We have
did you want to?
this
Oh,
medallion.
all right.
No,
And this
no,
medallion,
not
I
that.
think, shows us that I'm ignoring whatever is happening below my eye line. Indigo does not look down.
Below your
It
character.
looks across at Treviano.
Just look up so I can ignore this.
We have this medallion, which might get us in, but probably they all know who they are anyway, so we can't pose as a member of the cult.
Caster.
And if
Yeah,
we-
because
I don't-
all of them at
Caster
this
probably
point probably knows that one of the members was robbed of very specific items.
That too.
So I like Yeffy's plan of going in as the help.
Who is the help? But wait, what if we could get Caster to get in? Remember
Caster
Caster?
probably could.
Caster was super sketchy. People wanted to remove probably because he was corrupt.
How do
Okay,
we get?
fine. We'll just go as servants. Fine. You know, I'm just
I
saying
love that
complications,
plan
fine.
if it was just Caster, but it's also the tallest man, Lady Dwarf, and the bald child.
We could still go as
The
servants.
most normal
and just,
of us would be used in
Yeah.
disguise.
But what I'm saying is that we three could go as servants, and Caster could go
Oh.
as Caster.
Oh, to get into the real meaty circles and to the
Yeah.
and we could
Yeah.
be there as backup in case he
I think that's a
Alright.
good idea, but I feel like that would take a long time. One, I would have to pretend to be Caster. They've seen me as Indigo, and we'd have to get Caster trusted as a person that would join this cult.
Well,
You'd be
it
amazed
doesn't
what a
have to
good haircut
hold-
would do.
It doesn't have to hold up for that long because everyone's got to be in like masks for the thing, right?
Yeah, hoods. Spooky
'Cause it's evil
hoods
stuff.
that
Yeah.
obscureth the face.
Yeah, they're doing
Are we
evil. Where?
Are we sure that it's that kind of party with the masks
We don't.
and all this like
Not the masks, but
ding.
hooded knit. Like if you're not, it's just like a culty thing.
We don't even
They're
know
called
what the party is
inner
tonight.
circle. Well, if it's not, do we
that's
have
that's
an
actually the
address?
biggest thing. We don't know when it
Do we
is.
have a
We don't-
location?
No, we have
Yeah,
to
the
find
house
out.
we robbed,
We
right?
have the location. We have a location.
Okay.
It's
Teugan's house.
Dugan's house.
Teugan's
Yeah.
house. Okay.
So we just
So-
figure out which one of his houses is house.
Yeah, so let's find his house now. You guys can sleep off your heist that I wasn't invited to, and we'll go tonight and we'll stake out Teugan's house and we'll see what the look and feel of the guests are, and then we can play it by ear.
I can keep watch. I have a lot of willpower.
Yeah.
I don't need a lot of sleep.
Oh well, I don't. Yeah, I had a
One of
great
us should
night.
stay
It
watch.
was awesome. I slept
One
like
of
a
us should
baby.
stay watch because
Not a crying baby.
the people who are who have concretely threatened us are probably going to be back.
Yeah, unless we spread some rumors that one of us is really, really ill.
That'll be hard to.
That's why we haven't left yet.
Hmm.
Maybe. Or we just get disguises and we go live in a
What if
different tavern.
I still have my dress, so
we should probably change taverns if we have time? What if I
Yeah,
go down
that's
to the docks and book us tickets on a ship we don't take?
That sounds like you just want us to give you money and then you're not going to get the
I would ask for you to pay for it because of your
Yeah.
hundreds of crowns that you obtained, but that seems fair.
plus side, Bruno leaves for a little bit.
I don't see how that's a plus. But if you guys can
He
sleep
does have
better,
to come
that's
back for
fine.
the big old thing. Yeah, let's sleep. Let's find a new place. Let's hunker, and then let's go to the party.
I'll go with
Yeah, okay.
new place, fake ship,
Yeah.
outfits,
Find Teugan house.
party.
Find Teugan House.
Great
Huh?
plan.
Party.
I bet
Okay,
your last
great.
heist didn't have nearly this good of a plan.
So, sounds like the group is splitting up to go about the city, each with their own task. Yes?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Great.
Oh.
Great.
Is that what we're
Okay.
doing? Okay, sure, fine. Yep.
That,
okay.
that's what I just heard. So, I will let's see. I will start with I'll start with Indigo there, and we'll go what is that, counterclockwise down around to Treviano, from Indigo left to right as I see it. So, Indigo, where are you off to?
Indigo will go try to find the Teugan house. He is going to ask around at the bar. Actually, no. He is going to go visit the alchemist. Our friend, Reinhold Heikdorn.
Very well done.
Reinhold, okay. Very good.
We can trust.
Excellent. So you're going to go visit Reinhold Heikdorn and ask about where Teugan lives.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Great. Yeffy, what's your plan?
We go to make sure that he doesn't spend all our money. I'm going to go to book a fake passage for us
Okay.
as a cover.
You head over to the
We
docks
get
to book a fake passage as a cover. Excellent. Make it look like the group is taken off. And Bruno?
I think Yeffy and I are doing the same thing, unless I should go
Okay.
do something
Okay.
else. Yeah.
I plan to find
Excellent.
a suitable
Okay.
replacement for an inn.
Okay, great. Great. Okay, so okay. I will ask Treviano, I think your task is reasonably straightforward. I don't think we need a roll for that. You roam about the city. Are you trying purposely to get like far away from where you have been staying, or just a different location?
Just a different location. And if that's too easy of a task, I can also try to find disguises for people.
Okay. I was just going to ask for everyone for some rolls, but I don't think finding another inn and getting rooms is a difficult thing. It just takes a little time.
Okay.
So you hit the streets,
Sure.
you go around, you find a different tab inn, no problem. Bruno and Yeffy, you two go down to the docks and try to pose as if you're booking passage to leave. How soon?
By this evening.
Yeah.
Okay. By the evening. So roll me a fellowship test, each of you, to see how well of a show you put on about actually intending to leave.
What did
I
you
got
do?
an
What
8.
did you do, Colleen? What did
I
you
rolled
do,
a 1.
Colleen?
Yeah, you rolled a 1.
One boat, please, that we can sail on.
Bruno,
We're
how'd
all
you do?
leaving.
I only got an 8.
You got an 8. Okay, great. Okay, so the
Yeah.
two of you try to make a big show, and actually find that it's rather difficult to get anyone to take you seriously. You spend a lot of time down at the docks talking to folks. It takes a long time, honestly, to book to try and book something, and they insist on some payment up front. So you actually end up having to pay 10 Carls to book passage back up to Grissenwald on a boat that leaves not tonight as you had hoped, but actually first thing in the morning.
Well, I got plenty of
You may.
Carls now.
Great.
Yeah. They want us to leave today. They want us to leave today. Right now.
Indigo, roll me a
Yes.
fellowship test, please, and you may use your
You
gossip
got it.
skill.
Ooh. 21. Blackjack.
Nice.
21. Okay. Excellent. So you head on over to your friend Reinhold Heikdorn, and you smoothly talk your way. He's at the Physicians Guild. You smoothly talk your way in there, no problem. You speak to him, and you speak to just other folks, other physicians who are about, perhaps in a more
Do my fancy walk. My caster.
subtle way. In a more subtle way. what you learn is that Teugan, being one of the 4 ruling merchant families, and I'll remind you that the city is run by a council, and that council consists of the following members. There are 4 representatives from the Merchants Guild, 1 from each of the 4 major families. One seat is held. Sorry, one of these is. One extra seat is held actually by the Magerius family, the most influential of the lesser mercantile families. The remaining 2 seats are held by other merchants, and then the local priest of Sigmar, and the heads of various guilds, such as the Physicians Guild, the Tailors Guild, the Teamsters Guild, etc. All of those folks sit on a large council that essentially rules the city. But clearly the most powerful and the most influential are the 4 major families. So Teugan, being one of those 4, lives on the Adel Ring. He lives at number 3 on the Adel Ring, which on our map here that we're looking at is the yellow roofed house in the lower right. So house is maybe underselling the large estate. It is surrounded by a wall. It looks out onto the center park of the Adel Ring. It is just about the nicest place one can live in Bogenhofen.
Huh.
Great.
Do you have any other questions for your friend Reinhold?
Just ask him what he knows about Johannes Teugan. I think we already asked him this, but
yeah, not a lot. He's not in direct contact with him, but he says, "Yeah, I've heard of Teugan. He came a few years ago to town when his brother died, and he picked up as a family business at that time, and he really turned it around. They don't hold any titles. They're not nobles, but they're one of the most wealthy families in town. He owns wharves on both banks of the river, warehouses on the Ostendam and the Westendam. Yeah, they're doing very well, the Teugans.
good for them.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
And I will say by late afternoon, the 4 of you reconvene at the Partridge's Roost, which is a new inn that Trebbiano has found.
It's a good name.
Great.
Yeah,
Great,
mostly
like...
usually just referred to as the Roost.
Sounds like this guy is both the richest and evilest.
Yep. Sure
Cool.
does.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to robbing him dry and using it to impress various people.
Uh-huh. We know who you're trying to impress.
Yeah. So we need to figure out how we're going to pass the servants.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a cook who maybe goes to market to get vegetables and things.
Should we start staking the house out now? Like
I'm
get
hearing
an
someone's
early,
breath pretty clearly. Sorry.
like get an
Stopped.
early.
Because we all
Get an
stopped
early-
breathing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
To get an early jump on it, like see if servants are going in and out, and maybe, you know, some of them have an accident, like they get hit in the head with a rock. It's happened before.
We could also go, like, I don't know, midday. We try to jump over the back wall. I'll dress up like Castor and have the symbol on me, and if any servants bother us, I'll just, like, flash it and give them the, like, my, like, most expensive look and tell them that I'm here by special invitation or something.
And then we just, like, stow out, like, hide in some spot until the evening.
I can do that.
I think we don't even wait until evening.
But just start wandering around.
Just steal what we're gonna steal, kill the demon if we find it.
Oh, and just get out before the party. No party at all.
Yeah, I mean, why risk it?
Great idea.
That's a good idea, yeah. That's a better idea. Indigo, you
Thanks,
always, you know, this is why you were going to make captain one day, if it weren't for the fact that you needed to be a noble to do it.
Yeah, I got it from Franz, actually. He kind of mentioned something along the lines of people aren't in their houses in the middle of the day.
Ah, even though you'd think to do it at night, the sneaky time.
Yeah, that's when everybody's there.
Wow. So Franz
Which doesn't mean we have to go, like, right now.
Oh, yeah, we should go. Right.
Do we leave the expensive things in our new room in the roost?
We should do that. And incidentally, we actually do have tickets for a boat tomorrow morning in case we need to make a very quick escape.
That's a great point.
Yeah, we do. They might still not believe us that we're leaving.
But then we'll have actually left, so it's not that big of a deal. Then we can let them talk.
All right.
So what exactly is your plan? What are you doing?
I dress up like Castor.
Okay.
We
In
go
your fancy duds.
to
Yep.
we go to the back wall of the Teugan estate, and we can
Okay.
grappling hook up the wall and get into the grounds that way.
So you're going now, mid-afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Yeah. No, we're
Yeah.
doing it now.
Go, go, go.
Okay. So it's now middle of the afternoon. You head down the Kaufmannstrasse, around the outside of the Adel Ring. You go around the back way. You climb down around the back side. Now you find that these walls around these estates are about 15 feet tall. And then on the other side, the side that you're on, is a street, and there are buildings facing them, and there are people moving about. And you come up to the back side of the house here.
I see.
And you can
The
see
problem with
does look like there is a path that leads from a back door of the house up to the back to a large gate on the back of the wall. But it's a large wooden door there, and it appears to be shut.
I see
And
the
these people are
problem
moving
with
around and
people
whatnot.
being out of their houses during the day is that people are out of their houses to see us. Okay, what if we make a distraction?
Well,
Or
it
we
can't
could
be
just come
so
back.
incredibly. It can't be incredibly distracting if we were going to make a distraction that it would be illegal and reportable to the authorities.
Is there a
Oh,
gap
just-
under
well,
the door?
Sorry, what was your question, Yeffy?
Is there a gap under the gate door?
A gap. There's I mean, it's not like flush with the ground, but it's not a tall enough gap for a person to squeeze under.
That would have been sick.
What if
Not even a
we...
weasel dwarf?
Yeah, can you make yourself 1 inch? What if we walked all the way? So, could we follow this wall to, I guess, the southwest here, to a quieter part of the street, because we could jump one of these gates and then just jump a bunch of gates.
And then fence
until
hop?
we get to his house. Yeah.
Always wanted to be in an Edgar Wright movie. Let's go.
So you start walking around the southwest down to the Mallerweg.
Yeah.
And this road does get
Vegan.
quieter as it leads basically between the south wall of the city and the wall of the estates just to the north here. There does occasionally you see someone actually walking the city wall. Appears to be occasionally there is a town watch that walks along the parapet there of the town wall. Kind of more seems to be looking out than in. But they're moving around. So there's people, but it's definitely much less populous than what you were seeing before. But you do feel still a little conspicuous being here in the light of day.
Yeah.
We could just wait till night.
Yeah.
That's when the party is.
Maybe.
But we don't... Yeah, maybe. Plus,
And
the
again, it
party's
does say
probably in,
midnight,
like...
right?
It's probably in their creepy
does it say?
basement, and we can just rob their less creepy upper floors.
An hour after sunset, like by definition, night. So actually, if we wait till sunset, we have an hour.
Yeah. Or we could wait until like 4 in the morning.
After the thing?
Yeah. Well, that's right. We do want to get in before the thing if it's happening tonight.
Okay, sunset,
I like sunset.
seems good.
We can try to come back
Yeah.
again at sunset.
That's actually
Sure.
when people can see the least well. It's a thing you learn in physician school.
Huh.
Do they have a bell or anything for this
Us?
household?
I mean, Teugan
I
has
feel
a
like we do
horrible
on the-
bell in his office, but...
I mean, on the door, and the door have a bell.
Of
Paul,
the-
does the
check.
door have a bell?
Oh, back here, looking at the wall, is there like a rope you're looking for? You
Yeah, or
don't
something.
see a rope. There are big metal knockers on the doors.
Okay.
Because these are rich people houses, so they are not adjacent to the road. They have little paths up to the house to be as far away from the raft.
Right.
the
Yeah,
raft as
definitely.
possible.
Yeah. And you definitely feel like probably the front face of the house is probably facing the nice park, and you guys are kind of at the back side of the house.
I'm just wondering if someone were a
But that would be
door-to-door
probably where
salesman
the servants go in and out.
and they had to sell their wares, and they wanted to come to this house and be like, "Hey, you ordered 50,000 Omaha steaks." How would they get the attention of the household to let you in to deliver the steaks?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, presumably they would probably. You would assume they would come probably on this road back here, because they wouldn't go to the front of the house. They go to the back to speak to the cook or the steward, and they would probably just bang on one of those big metal knockers on the door there, and somebody would come. You assume.
So what we need to do is we need to get some cakes for the party tonight, which of course he ordered, and we have to deliver them.
right. Ooh, and most of us hide out in the kegs, and one of us is the keg delivery person. Because
Wait,
two of us are very small.
what happens when they try to get drinks out of the kegs and nothing comes out of the kegs but small people?
Well, first of all, we're not going to fit out the spout. Second of all, that does, we'll hop out as soon as we get put in the cellar. They're not going to go straight from door to party.
They're not going to pour a drink right away unless they're bad servants, in which case we'll caught them and been like, "Hey, you're trying to steal booze. How are you going to tell your master that?"
Well, that'll really... yeah, that'll get us out of it. I think grappling hook over and just using caster as our cover is less likely to fail terribly. Like, it seems less likely that we'll
I
get
know,
trapped
it's-
permanently in kegs, but both good ideas.
Is probably the more practical answer, but is it the most interesting one, Bruno? Is it the most interesting?
That's, Mostly, I've been swayed by the promise of great wealth, so I'm focused on practicality here. But happy, I feel like both ways could work.
Indigo.
So we come back at sunset,
Okay, fine.
right? I mean, I think we
Okay.
just pick a plan.
So you're
and
gonna return to
go
your
it. I
to
think
your
that's
to your tavern. Cool your heels.
Okay, yeah, let's do. Okay, we come back at sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. So you go. You have some dinner. You cool your heels for a few hours. As the sun begins to set, you're returning to the backside of the house again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So you
Ooh,
make
I
your
got my
way.
big hat back on
Sun
again,
is setting,
yeah.
so folks are it's kind of dinner time at this point. So people are moving about, but generally like going to their homes or going out to inns or whatnot to eat dinner. You head back down the same road you were down before, and you come up behind the Teugan house. And again, it's not it's a fairly large town, so the streets are not empty. You occasionally see people. There's not like tons of foot traffic moving back and forth, and you could probably time it to go look around and say, okay, now. But it is, it's not dead of night. It's not like there's no one around at all.
All right, this is good. Oh, I'm so excited I get to be part of this heist. It's gonna be so much better than the last one, I promise.
Who's throwing the
Okay.
grappling?
The last one had a dog. Bruno is
What?
has the grappling hook. You have the grappling hook.
I do. Okay. Yes. I want to hear more about this dog
Dog.
later. Okay.
Hatchets.
I
Hatchets,
assume we
wait
left
here,
Patty
buddy.
back at the- yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
So maybe Indigo, you want to throw the grappling hook.
Sure. I throw the grappling hook.
All right, Indigo, you attach a rope to the grappling hook and you toss it. Give me an agility test.
Great. 10.
10.
Big ol'
Okay,
1-0.
you time it. You look around. You wait till no one's looking around. You throw it up there. You toss it up. It catches at the top of the wall, which is about 15 feet high. But it makes a bit of a clatter as it does. It's definitely not quiet. And you then nervously look around to see if anyone may have noticed. And you see some people moving around, but they step into they open up a door, and you hear a din of noise as it appears that they're stepping into a tavern for dinner, and they vanish out of sight. And you're like, well, they didn't look over here. Now what?
Woo. Okay, who goes
I
first?
climb up.
Oh.
Jeffy climbs up. I climb up.
All right. You climb up to the top, Indigo. You pull yourself all the way up to the top. You peer over the top of the wall, and you can see. Actually, roll me an intelligence test, please, as you scan about the grounds.
7.
Okay, so you can see that the house is closer to the opposite side of the grounds. It's closer to the center of the ring. There's a fair amount of land back here, actually, more than you were anticipating. You can see some small paths leading about a sort of a well-manicured lawn. You can see that there is a small pond, perhaps man-made there, that a little trail winds across, and then through a garden, there's a little gazebo, and then the trail leads back all the way to the back of the house. What do you do?
Do I see any people?
You did not.
Okay. Do I see... I want to look towards the gate in this wall and see if I notice anything, like lights, people, dogs.
Like the gate into the wall that you're hanging from?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me another int check.
Come on, higher than a 10. Yeah, 18.
Okay. So looking back to the gate, you don't see anyone there. It looks clear, and you look back. You scan back to the house just in time to see. You see two men leading a dog actually kind of emerge from the side of the house, and you duck back down, trying to remain hidden. As you see, they seem to be walking a circuit around the house. They've just come around from the front, and they're circling around now towards the back side of the house.
These guys are guarding their evil...
Roll me an agility test. Let's see if you can hide well from
13.
these guys. Okay. Yeah, they don't seem to notice you, and you watch them as they circle around the back side of the house. They don't seem to come back into this back area of the grounds where there's the garden and the gazebo and etc. And then they circle around the other side of the house and then go back towards the front. They're moving fairly slowly, and they're leading this dog who's snuffling about and whatnot.
Great. I'll start waving everybody else up, and I'll whisper down, "There's a patrol."
You're in control?
There's a patrol!
Who comes up next?
Yeffy. Yeffy is coming up.
Okay, Yeffy, you climb up. So Yeffy starts climbing up the rope. Indigo, what are you doing? Because you're hanging onto the rope on your side of the wall.
Oh, can I lay down on top of the wall?
Yeah, you could do that. You clamber up on top of the wall and you kind of lay down on the wall.
Yeah.
Your head facing to where the rope is. Yeffy climbs up to the top, and you see Yeffy peers over the top, and Yeffy sees similar things to what you saw before. What are you doing, Yeffy, when you reach the top?
Oh, there's some dogs down there.
Yeah.
Indigo, how are we getting to the other side?
I think we gotta drop the rope over.
Why don't you drop the rope down so I can hide in the bush?
Okay.
I'm gonna go down the other side, Paul.
I'll throw the rope
tuck
over
and
the
roll,
other side of the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
like into a nearby garden
Great.
bush. This
Great. You
probably
drop
has, like, poisonous
drop the
squirrels or
rope
something.
down. You drop the rope down. Yeffy climbs down, no problem. Yeffy, you try to find a place to hide yourself. What next?
I bring the rope back over to
down.
our side to help everybody else up.
Okay, so
found a nice
one by one,
azalea
are you like
bush.
lowering the rope so they can climb up, and then flipping it back over, and then having them hide on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I guess I'll ask each of you to roll me an agility test. If you have anything, this is an attempt to remain stealthy and unseen. So if you have anything that you think might help with that, please feel free to add that.
I haven't climbed the wall yet. I'm just looking, keeping watch.
I have contortionist.
Okay, I was
me.
grazing. I was just going to glaze over the whole execution of just one after the other of lowering the rope. Somebody climbs up, they lower to the other side, climb over, just to see if the whole group get over the rope. Is it? I guess Treviano, are you eventually coming over?
I actually don't know. I'm not very coordinated. Should I? Yes, come. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
rolled
this
poorly.
is to hide once we're on the other side.
So this is just.
Okay.
It's generally to perform the
Roll a
entire
16.
movement of getting up over the wall without being seen.
Okay.
Yes, I
16 from
rolled.
Yeffy.
I rolled. I got a 7.
I got a 15.
7 from Treviano. 15 from Bruno. Indigo?
14.
Okay. Okay, so one by one you get over the wall. Treviano definitely comes crashing down at the end. So the three of you are down there. You're all waiting. You're hiding. You've got the rope kind of leading from the top of the wall. Treviano's the last to climb down, and then kind of just loses his footing and crashes into the bush with a loud noise. What do you do?
I hold very still. Behind the bush I have crashed it behind and into. So that when people look over, they do not see a moving bush.
Okay.
But I'm inside of it, right? I've just made a very, very loud sound. And
you've made a loud crashing sound coming down, and the grounds. It's not like there's a whole bunch of shrubbery up against the wall here or anything. They're fairly open grounds. You're in a very large. There's probably, a good acre of land back here, right? That's open. There's little bits of stuff. Like I said, there's a gazebo, there's a garden, there's a small pond, a small man-made pond, and a trail that then leads from back here up to the house. You're maybe so you came over there. You're maybe 10 yards from the gazebo.
Oh, okay.
Can we guess how far away the patrol is? Like, based on the last time we saw them turn?
You think that any minute they're going to come around the house.
All right, I quickly pull the grappling hook off the wall. Can I retrieve it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do that really fast.
Sure.
As soon as Trebbiano crashes to the ground.
Ow!
Okay, we gotta go. Okay, we gotta go quick.
I assume the hook fell on me.
Heard that.
When Trebbiano crashes, I want to be able to find like a garden statue, maybe a large stone piece of art, and gently tip it over as if that was the thing that crashed. So when they come by, they're like, "Oh, it's a statue."
Okay, yeah. Over by the man-made pond, you see that there is some statuary like that. So you rush over there, you tip one over, and it thuds into the ground.
Take that
Is there
statue.
any?
All right,
I want to hide behind the gazebo.
Yeah. Is it
Excellent.
evil?
Indigo dashes over to the gazebo.
I will also run to the gazebo.
Is it an evil gazebo? It looks
Yeah.
Excellent.
There's probably not room for me in this bush. I probably also run to the gazebo and lay on the ground.
Excellent. So the three of you go hightail it over to the gazebo and reach it easily, hiding behind the gazebo, which definitely offers quite a bit more cover. Yeffy, you've just knocked over the statue, and it's at this point that the guards come back around. So let's see. I'm just going to give them a check. They don't notice the folks behind the gazebo, but Yeffy, roll me an agility test to see if you can find some place to hide yourself here near the pond. There's less cover.
I rolled a 7.
What'd you get?
A 7. I rolled really bad.
Come on,
They,
that's
however,
fine.
have rolled
I've been
a
rolling
5.
7 for years.
So you kind of stand there really still, like posing like one of the statues.
I crouch down like a pond frog statue, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And sometimes I just spit.
Excellent. They look kind of in your direction. The dog pulls on its chain a little bit, sniffing at the air, and whimpers, and then, come on! And they kind of yank on his leash, and they lead back around to the front of the house. What do you guys do?
Oh, shit.
We gotta go for a back door or window or something.
That was a great statue performance.
Thanks, Bruno.
It looked good.
Really
I
worried
liked
about
it.
that dog. Yeah.
That dog was pretty scary. But
Dog,
a good
yeah, right.
frog.
I was
I mean-
like, oh no, this dog. He knows. He either hates a statue or he knows
Shut
it's
up,
me.
let's go!
Yeah, but the spit was a nice touch. Oh yeah, let's
Shut
go.
up!
We're in a hurry, Steve.
So are you still
Okay.
pretending that we're like
So
part
you're
of this
heading
party,
towards
or
the
we
back
just
of the
breaking in?
house.
I think it seems like we're just breaking in. Maybe we should have thought through this bit, but I think we're just
get
running.
here?
I think we just sprint to the back door or to the back of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
dash to the
Let's
back
just
of the
go
house.
somewhere.
The
We
group
need to not
dashes
be
to
out
the
in the
back of the
open.
house. You can see it's a large, very large house. There's clearly a nice servant's entrance here that leads back into the, as well as a. So there's sort of two doors in the back of the house, right? One that there's a bit of like a patio back behind the house, which then the trail leads from there back towards the garden. You think that perhaps if one was in like the ballroom, maybe one could walk out onto this patio and take the air, and then maybe take a stroll down to the gardens. Where then there's also off to your right, there's a smaller side entrance, which is clearly more of a servant's entrance, and it seems to lead just very just a small beaten path that leads straight to the front gate. Basically,
Servant's
around the
entrance?
house. Where are you headed?
Servant's
Servants.
entrance? Or...
Yep,
Servants.
that's my boat.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we
Okay.
run to the servant's entrance,
Right.
which maybe is the more...
Excellent.
Well, no.
Excellent. You dash over to the servant's entrance. You open the door, and you can see a very narrow passageway into a wood-paneled hall. You can see, actually, there are a fair number of, or at least you hear, the movement of a fair number of servants moving around. You hear the clatter of dishes. You can hear someone, yelling, muffled, but you can't quite tell, but some like, be careful, you buffoon kind of thing. You can see this long hall with several doors along it, and you can definitely hear it sort of towards the opposite end, all of this noise, which sounds like probably leads to a kitchen, you would guess. Here, just on your left, just as you enter through the doorway, there is a stairwell that leads down.
Ooh. We go...
We take that.
spooky.
We go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go down.
Sounds correct.
Okay, you head down the stairs.
Let's-
Okay, great. You head down the stairs. You quickly quietly move down the stairs. It's a very steep, narrow stairway that leads down into a fairly large and well-stocked wine cellar. And you see rows of shelves with various bottles of wine set up. And let's see, who's in the front? Who's the first one down the stairs?
Not me.
I'll
I'm in the
go.
back.
Any volunteers? Somebody
Sounds
wants
like
to.
Indigo.
Indigo volunteered already.
Yeah.
Indigo.
Yes.
Excellent. Indigo. Indigo, roll me an intelligence check, please.
Sure.
And being rich seems great.
Big brain. Big brain. 19.
Nice.
Big brain.
19. Okay, so you head down the stairs, and you can see that there is, on the opposite wall, there's another doorway that must lead back out of this into other rooms down here. And you can see a faint flicker of light under the edge of the door. It seems like there's something going on out there, or at least there's light of some sort. Some perhaps candle flame or torch flame on the opposite side.
I'll kind
That's
of
gotta
like
be where they're
motion
doing the
to
evil stuff.
everyone.
I'm gonna pocket some bottles of wine. Just like 3.
Oh, nice.
Okay, great. Yeah, you grab a couple nice looking bottles of wine. Gets
I
nice
need
and
to
dusty.
go.
Must be worth a lot of money.
Ooh, this one looks expensive.
Indigo, what were you doing?
I want to listen at the door.
Okay, great. Okay, so most of you are in the wine cellar at this point. Indigo's crossed to the opposite side where he listens at the door, and you can hear, Indigo, several voices. You can hear several voices. It sounds like there must be just a room on the other side where some people. You can hear the faint tinkle of like fork on dish, and you can hear various voices speaking, and you hear not that. You hear a voice. Were you there? I don't think you were there. You hear a voice speaking that says, "Everything is going to plans. Although we have had several setbacks, the discovery of our location under Steinhager's offices is unfortunate. Nevertheless, preparations move forward, and we are on for tomorrow night." And you hear another voice say, But someone broke into my offices. Items were stolen. I understand. That is why we must move quickly. Things must proceed apace. We cannot dilly-dally. We cannot waste time. At this point, Indigo, you hear a voice which you recognize as being from this morning. It sounds like the same voice as the man you had breakfast with. And he says, "But tell us more of this sacrifice. I'm very concerned. I don't like it. Is it really necessary? Look, sacrifice must be made, but by the end of this, we will all be filthy rich. The Bogenhaven will become greater even than Marienburg. Folk will flock to it, and your pockets will be well lined, Magerius. So, man up." I still don't. I don't know. It seems quite dreadful. And then there's you hear at this point, Indigo, you hear a rap, like someone's knocking at a door, and you can hear another door opening somewhere, and then you kind of lose the voices as there's movement, somebody stomping around, there's more dishware noises happening. What do you do?
Great. I will move away from the door into the wine cellar.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
All of the rich people we've met are in that room talking about sacrificing somebody for lots of money and power. It's pretty bad. They say the sacrifice is happening tomorrow night. I think we've spooked them.
But tomorrow is tomorrow night. What?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, we got here early then. So we can mess it up now.
Can I peer under the door crack? Like can I peer under the bottom of the door, or is it like super flush?
Roll me an agility test.
6.
Yeah. So you press your face into the dirt and you look under the light and you can just vaguely see maybe some feet. But that's it.
Yeah, definitely some feet in there, so probably attached to some people, if I would guess. So do we kick the door down and just start stabbing?
No.
That'll interrupt them.
That's the terrible idea.
Yeah, it'll also get us killed.
It's like a bunch of doughy rich dudes. Who I guess can summon demons.
You cannot be talking about this shit right now. Indigo, what do we do?
I don't know what we do. If the demon's here, we gotta kill it. We gotta fuck up whatever they're trying to do tomorrow. But we don't know what they're trying to do tomorrow.
Idea. We set the house on fire and leave.
Oh, let's just put the fire out.
It's not as easy to set a house on fire as it's, that's a
big
complicated
house.
endeavor. It's probably not
What if we light a fire in the cellar with a bunch of flammable alcohol?
That's like the only thing we can steal right now, though. In fact, I gotta start loading up my backpack with wine here. I am the prize
You
here.
grab a couple bottles of wine
Hang
and
on a
show them
second.
into your backpack.
It's good stuff.
And looking
right there.
around the room that you're in, you realize that it's that most of the walls are stone or earth. It is cool and perhaps a little damp down here. You're definitely there's the wall that had the door that you were just listening at. That certainly was wooden. But it does seem like not a lot of flammable material down here.
Are there
Yeah.
are there like shadowy corners in this cellar? Like if
Well, you're in a
like,
wine
places
cellar,
where-
right? So there's mostly like big shelves full of wine. So there's lots of places to hide. Yeah.
We
So
can
what
hide
if we
out
just
here
hide
until-
out here? Yeah, until they leave, and then we can really mess with them. Like termites
That's-
crawling through the
sounds
house,
good.
eating up their gold.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, was there anything else those guys said? Like, did they say what the sacrifice was? Is everyone on board? No.
It sounds like Teugan is the head honcho, and he's trying to convince everybody else.
Yeah, he
Like,
would be.
It sounds like
Magerius
Magerius. Yeah.
Yeah. Magerius sounded like he was having second thoughts, and Steinhager is pissed that his stuff got stolen.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. Wait till
Yeah,
he
he
sees the
actually
stuff we
sounded
steal
like
from
he
here.
didn't. He actually sounded like he didn't have many people on his side, but he had this kind of domineering power. So if you broke the head, maybe everyone else would fall.
Maybe.
Yeah. If they're not into it, yeah.
Maybe we
All
just
right,
gotta
I'm gonna find the.
beat
Bruno, are you still at the door with your face in the dirt, looking, trying to
unless
see
someone-
see feet?
Yeah, unless someone starts walking towards it.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happens. You, in fact, you hear someone say, "Rufus, fetch us another bottle." And yes, sir.
Hide.
And then you see feet approaching. Thump, thump, thump.
Yeah, we hide.
Hide. I
Hide.
dive for the coziest corner.
Every- Excellent. Everyone dives into the corner to hide. Hide. Excellent. Treviano rolls a 3.
That's a 2, sorry.
This is the end of us, gang.
Yeah.
what
Two.
are we rolling?
Great.
Agility.
Sorry, agility. Yeah. So 2 from Treviano. Indigo, what'd you get?
8.
8. Yeffy?
19. It doesn't matter because I
Bruno?
rolled 19 and these guys rolled like
15.
Oh.
15. Okay, great.
I was furthest from the
Yeffy,
door,
Yeffy
though,
and Bruno
to
are
be
well
fair.
hidden. So Treviano, you're fairly close back to the door you came in
Yeah.
that lead up.
Bruno
to the
was
stairs,
pressed
back
his
out.
face to the door.
Uh.
I was in the back. Not
Yeah.
that it matters, probably.
Yep, but Bruno has just scampered out of the way. He just lifted his head up and went, "Quick, hide!" Everyone scampered. Bruno and Yeffy scampered into dark corners and vanished. Indigo's just kind of flat-footed there in the middle of the room. Treviano's back by the door. The door swings open, and you can see on the other side a fairly large, nice-looking room with a big table, and there's got to be at least maybe 7 or 8 people sitting around the table. The door's opened up, and there's a man holding a lantern there, and he's actually dressed in livery. He's got a sword at his side. He looks, like he looks like a servant, but maybe like a bodyguard because he's a buff-looking guy. He pushes open the door to go walk towards the wine, and he looks startled at a moment. He looks at Indigo and Treviano, and he goes, "What? Who are you?"
Who are you?
Indigo, what do
And
you
I
do?
run.
If he starts
You
running,
run.
I don't.
Treviano?
If he starts running, I don't think for myself. I'm closest to the stairs. I have to get out of his way. I also run. Yep.
You also
Yep.
run.
Here we go, bud.
Excellent.
Here we go. You and me. Let's
Yeffy
go.
and Bruno, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna stay
Hiding?
hidden.
Yeah, you're gonna stay there. Stay the fuck there.
We look up and
Okay,
our
so
faces
the
are
two-
like
so the
real
two
close
of you-
together. We have real adjacent hiding spots.
Yeah. Excellent. You stare startled at each other. You see the man draw his sword and go chasing after Indigo and Treviano, who go rushing up the stairs. There's a whole lot of chaos that then erupts upstairs as servants start to shout and whatnot. Indigo and Treviano, you race up the stairs. Do you go running deeper into the house, or do you go back out the back way that you came in?
Oh
Think out
dear.
the back, right? We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, out the back is our best bet. We don't have the hook though. Bruno has the hook.
Okay, you burst
Go through
out
the
the
back
back door. You burst out the back door, and you can, and just as you do, you see those two patrolmen with their dogs circling around, and the dog starts barking.
Yeah, this is not
Yeffy and
good.
Bruno, you can now see. You now see. There's a whole lot of noise erupting from the room that you were spying on. Several of the people sitting at the table are going, "What's going on? Spies! I must leave!" Right? And some of them scatter, some of them start to run. Somebody says, "You two, get after them!" And you see two more men enter the wine cellar, looking around. One of them's holding a crossbow, and the other one's holding up a lantern, like peering around. They don't quite manage to spot you, but they're peering around.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go the reverse order here. I'm gonna start with Trebbiano and go Trebbiano, Bruno, and around. So Trebbiano, what are you doing?
Desperately reading the rules to try to think my way out of this. I'm outside.
You just emerged from the door.
There's a
you
man
hear shouts
behind
and
me.
screams behind you. You're outside. You're in
There
the
are
backyard.
two gentlemen in front of me.
Yep,
They have
there's-
puppies.
Well, the
There
man
is
behind
a
you
pool.
is Indigo.
Yeah, but there's also the guy with the sword
Yeah,
chasing
so there's
Indigo.
a big acre yard in front of you.
We
Yeah.
fly.
Yep. True.
We go.
True. Yep. So there's a
Wait,
big
huh?
acre yard back behind you. There's the gazebo and
There's
the
a lot of lag
pond
going on. I'm
and the
sorry. I'm trying to
gardens
make this work.
and then the wall. Yeah, we are. No, I understand. We are definitely getting a fair chunk of lag. Sorry, everyone.
It seems fine to me.
Okay, so
You just
what do you
don't
want
listen.
to do, Trebbiano?
We run. We try to run. We're in a cage.
Which direction?
Can we
Where are you
climb?
running to?
Okay, is there? Okay, here's a
The
question.
back door.
Back door?
Yeah, we could bash our way through the gate.
That sounds awesome. Let's do that. I'm following you at this point.
Okay.
Okay, so Trebbiano and Indigo go rushing across the yard to the back wall where they remember seeing that there was in fact a gate back there. And you can hear the dog barking and the shouts of the men chasing you. Bruno, what are you doing?
Are the guards still in this room, or have they chased after Indigo and Trebbiano? The guy with the crossbow and the lantern.
Yeah, they're standing in the doorway. So they haven't real. They're kind of like they're kind of standing in the doorway of this basement dining room that they were in that leads into the wine cellar.
And are any of the merchants still in the room? I don't know if I can see from where I am.
Some of them are, but it does seem like some of them are scrambling about. Some of them are running. Looks like there is another exit from that room that some of them are rushing out of.
Okay. I just try to stay as still as possible, and I look at them to try to remember what they all look like. The merchants, that is.
Okay.
But otherwise, I just stay hidden.
Yes.
Trying
understood.
to act as much like a wine bottle as
Scanning
possible.
the merchant's face. Yeffy, what are you doing?
Yeah, something very similar. I was going to squeeze myself into the smallest corner possible, lie behind a barrel or a large jug, and try to avoid detection.
I guess this went about as well as
Okay,
expected.
you guys rolled really well on your stealth checks. So the two men stand there. They cast around, looking. One holding the crossbow, one holding up the lantern. They cast around. They look. I don't see anyone. And then they push the door shut. And there's a thud of the door shutting. And now you're in darkness again. And you can still hear noises of people rushing about in there, as well as noises of people rushing about in the floor above you. Indigo, you go racing across the backyard and you reach the gate. What do you do?
I open it.
Okay, yeah. Looking at it, you see that it is got a nice big heavy latch, which would be very difficult to open from the other side, but from here, no problem. Flip it up on the right, push open the gate. You go rushing out into the street beyond.
I follow him.
Excellent. Indigo and Trebbiano rush out into the street and race off into the city. Bruno and Yeffy, what are you two doing?
I uncork a bottle of wine. I take a slug and I go, guess it's just you and me, honey bunch.
It's Bruno. Actually, you should really. It's my name. You should know it by now.
I know your stupid name. Your stupid face.
Yeah, this is the worst possible thing that could have happened. I take out the letter I had written to Yeffy when I thought we were going to die that I had pinned to my jacket. And I just put that in my mouth and I swallow it with a big sip of wine.
I still have some pork. I still have some pig neck. Or you could.
Oh, phew! I thought we were down to eating scraps. Oh, that's great. No, I'll have some pig neck too. My secrets will be digested.
Some minutes pass. Some minutes pass. You can still hear things start to quiet down in your immediate area. It sounds like whoever was in that room must have left. It gets quiet down here as the two of you have a drink and a little bit of food and kind of like, what are we going to do? You can definitely still hear occasional shouts, like the house is clearly still kind of on alert, but it seems like everyone's left the cellar.
Should we open the... We should go into their secret meeting room.
Okay, I guess we could go investigate it. Yeah. And
What-
maybe, do you think Indigo and Trebbiano are still out on the street? Maybe we could let them back in?
I think they ran. They seem like pretty good. They're very tall. They can probably
Very
run
good
well.
runners. They're very good runners.
All right, let's just finish up this bottle of wine first.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
I feel like I could probably get around the servants' quarters and
Give me-
just look
get-
around if we needed to.
Roll me both toughness tests, please.
Come on,
The
big
stupidest
belly.
people to be in this situation. Oh, shit. 7.
Oh my god.
14.
Best 4
Trev,
ever.
Yeffy and Bruno, probably
Bruno-
got this, right? Right, they're fine in there. They're not gonna get any
They're
more
probably
trouble.
fine. They're great at hiding. It's going to be okay. No.
Real sneaky.
They're just going to be
Find all
quiet.
evidence.
If Bruno
Bruno,
ever
you're
says
holding-
anything, if he will just shut him up,
Jesus.
it will
Bruno,
be
you're holding
fine.
your liquor, but Yeffy... Oh, God. There's definitely some audio lag that I'm fighting here. Sorry. Bruno, you're holding your liquor all right. Yeffy, you're starting to feel a little tipsy. You push open the door? Yes? Somebody
You good?
opening the door?
You good?
Yeah, go ahead, stupid face. I love it.
Okay, that seems natural. I push it open like a crack.
Okay. Push it open just a little bit and you peer in. You can see a large room, wood paneled all around. Looks actually pretty nice. There are
evil lair.
still a few torches mounted in brackets along the wall that are still burning. The table is set with food, which clearly has just been cast aside. So there's no people in here. It's totally devoid of people. There's another door on the left wall from where you're looking in that seems to lead somewhere else. It's actually shut at the moment. But there's still like remains of meal, like half-eaten meal, spread out across the table. You can see a couple open bottles of wine and half-drunk glasses of wine around the table. Looks like the table has set for 7 people, and you can see on the wall to your right there is a large tapestry that also has that same emblem on it. that you've seen before.
No, all right.
We got double prints of everything.
Yeah, right, man. They are branding.
We should eat some of this food. It's good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems fair. Yeah, all right. Slip into this room, have a taste of some of the best morsels there. I keep my eye out for any, like, papers that they have lying around.
Not usually into this fancy stuff.
Okay, looking around, you don't see any papers. You're not seeing anything. No writing material of any kind. Just food.
All right, take one of these bottles of wine. Oh yeah, that's okay. Take a quick sip, and I carefully peek behind the evil tapestry.
This is where they like to keep their stuff behind stuff on the
The
walls.
the bottles are empty.
No.
There's no wine left in the bottle.
Damn. All right.
We lost Fury entirely. Oh, no, you're here. Huh? I just got a message for you that said you're disconnected. Maybe you were briefly.
You're just lagging a ton, Paul.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, I can see it. I'm looking at our stats here, and I can see that there's lag, and unfortunately, so. I apologize if I'm talking over you guys. Behind the tapestry is just plain stone wall.
They're not doing a good job of leaving their evil secrets around here.
I know.
Well,
why did you eat paper?
I was hungry. I thought we were going to be trapped here for ages. We might never get escape. I'll eat more paper. If there were more paper around, I'd eat it. But there's food here, so that's
Did
what I'm eating now.
Not survive purely off of wine and ale? Because that's like my uncle's right there. All right.
No. We're way more like, yeah, just tons of food. Really pack it away, honestly. I mean, I'm real thin for a halfling. That should say something.
Well, you look sometimes like it'll work out. I mean, I'm not saying it's. We should look at the rest of the house.
A lot of running. We should sneak around the house.
Yeah, I should sneak around the house.
I guess we're supposed to steal stuff. Okay.
I take some of the silverware and I pocket it.
Nice. And
Excellent.
then
Some of this silverware.
I will push my ear against the other door in this room.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence test, please.
Oh, man, 15. I've rolled like a ton of 14s tonight. 15 total.
Okay. Okay. You hear some footsteps, and you hear like the clinking sound of, or sort of clinking, swishing metal sound of chainmail.
Oh. Okay, there's a bunch of guards up there. So we might need to wait for it to cool down a little. Like, let's just stow out here for a couple hours. Then, like 3 a.m., we go take a little peek about.
We probably live here again. We should go hide back in the root cellar. It's darker.
That's a good idea.
Food with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
We're never gonna get out of here, Bruno. Bruno. She takes her hands on your shoulders. We might never get out of here.
No. We'll get. That's no. We'll get out.
What if Indigo and Trib don't come back for us?
No, they'll come back. Indigo has never left. Well, yeah, Indigo makes rational decisions a lot of the time, and if I were him, I would come back for us. I feel confident if I were in Indigo's place, I would come back for us. And I'm just going to put that energy out into the universe. As we crawl back into the wine cellar with just scraps of food and open bottles of wine.
Excellent. That's where we will end our session for tonight, with Bruno and Yeffy trapped in a wine cellar sure their friends are coming to rescue them. Treviano and Indigo vanished into the night, back into the city of Bogenhofen.
Oh, man.
What will become of them? Will they come back? Will Yeffy and Bruno ever make it out of the wine cellar? Join us next Thursday to find out. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Sorry for the odd lag we've been experiencing here at the end of this show. But hope you were able to get through it. And we will see you next week. Good night, everybody.